Hey everyone, this is Joshua Milrad, King Tall from the original Beastmaster film, telling you to check out Charlie and Dan. Their podcast is awesome. It's called Give Me Back My Action Movies. Check it out.
All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of Give Me Back My Action Movies, the podcast. You know, every 2 weeks you hear my subdued, docile, fragile little voice welcome you to the show, and then I introduce Charlie.
What's that supposed to mean?
And then we introduce Nate.
Yes, this is
Although,
me. Grunts.
He's still going for some reason. I don't.
Did someone pull his string and shut him down? You know, we didn't hear Nate on the last offing from us, which was the very special episode.
Yeah, our interview episode.
Yes, Nate, I missed you on that.
I'm sorry. I was looking at flowers.
Were you reading some women's magazines?
No, I went to the Franklin County Conservatory.
Your voice is not going to hold up to that the entire episode, Bubba.
This is my Batman Clint Eastwood voice.
Your Batman Clint Eastwood voice.
Do you feel lucky? Well, do you, penguin?
I know what you're thinking. Was there 6 batarangs or 5 that I threw?
It's not bad. I like that.
That was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like this new Robert Pattinson Batman movie is missing a lot of Clint Eastwood.
Speaking of which, Nate, do you have any desire to go see that thing in the theaters?
Yeah, it's got like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like destroying it. In
Nate's
the
like
reviews.
super fan hype.
And the fact that the Riddler is based off the Zodiac, I am all on board.
Yeah.
Nate's been getting the Domino's Batman pizza delivered to him every day.
The Little Caesars.
Oh, is it
The
Little Caesar? I don't even know.
I need to figure out how I'm going to sneak that pizza into the theater. Cody's working on it. I think we got a good plan.
When it comes to Little Caesars, all I can say instead of pizza is shits, because that's what it is.
Well, there went that sponsorship.
I was going to say we lost that sponsorship.
You know what?
Real fast.
I don't want Little Caesars money.
All right.
I don't want their shitty blood money. Basically, we're going to do a movie now because that's what we usually do.
We did one Dan pick.
Yeah, it's a Dan pick. You actually wanted to pick one. This is your movie.
Yeah, it's Heartbreak Ridge with Clint Eastwood.
Obviously.
Yeah, because that's what it says on the when you looked and it said Heartbreak Ridge. That's what this. You know what? We're gonna. Can we Rick Astley roll these people one time and just put a title of a movie up there and then do something completely different?
Ooh,
we
I would
could,
like
but
that.
don't set them up for that. It should just come as a surprise.
Yeah, we'll have to do it 3 years from now because now it's all going to be in everyone's like memory.
Hey, everyone, forget that last part.
Cut it. Delete it. Get rid of it.
I already said I had to try and take the keys back away from you two monkeys. So let's get this trailer for.
This was going to happen.
Play the trailer, please.
I'm playing the trailer.
Trailer boy,
Roll the credits.
Trailer boy, huh? That's what we're going with.
You knew who I was talking to. Therefore,
I have no control, so
I'm the only one. I'm the only one with a button.
Yeah, so you're trailer boy.
I have a pin.
Okay,
I am the
trailer man. All right, trailer man, hit it.
There we go.
Sergeant Tom Gunny Highway, Congressional Medal of Honor winner, over 30 years in the Marine Corps. His battles never end.
I think war's just been declared. Why don't you just sit there and bleed a while before you taste some real pain?
Bad whiskey, bad sex, and bad men I never forget.
You didn't talk dirty like that when we were married.
Always, only you were never there to hear it.
When I ask for Marines, the division sends me relics.
Recon platoon kicks butt.
Gunny, my weapon's jammed.
the AK-47 assault rifle, the preferred weapon of your enemy, and it makes a distinctive sound when fired at you, so remember it. Strip off those t-shirts.
Gunny, we're all the same.
The same as me.
How the hell are we supposed to know what
You
kind of t-shirt?
improvise, you overcome, you adapt. Now get off those damn t-shirts now.
First platoon win.
How do you figure?
The man cheated.
I say he improvised.
He cheated.
He adapted, he overcame. I'll put my life takers and heartbreakers up against anyone, any place, at any time. We're going to war, man. To the island of Grenada to assist in rescuing American citizens there.
Get on your feet, Highway.
With all due respect, sir, you're beginning to bore the hell out of me.
Clint Eastwood, Heartbreak Ridge.
Hey, did you know Clint Eastwood was in that movie?
Oh,
things,
Zach was in this.
Two things about that. That or it was someone's 80-year-old grandmother that smoked Pall Malls her whole life. One of the two with that voice.
Let me tell you, Gunny.
Yeah. So, okay, two things about that trailer. One, that's not the original trailer. That's the Charlie Chase edited version of the trailer because the original trailer sucked ass. Second,
It's really weird, and I don't know how you promote a movie with the original trailer. It's
yeah,
awkward.
I don't think it did very well. Second of all, that trailer was in chronological order.
Yeah, that
That
was
doesn't
also
happen.
very weird.
Yeah, that doesn't happen often,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
if
Not so
ever.
much.
Probably this was
So-
the only time they did it, and they went, well, that was too awkward and uncomfortable. Never again.
Yeah. So the original trailer was like 2.5 minutes. It was a mixture of just dialogue, no backing track, then backing track, then weird cuts to just the famous lines from the movies, a line we can't play in 2022,
Mm.
and it was just very disjointed. So I edited it down to like a minute and a half, and I actually added music in. So I literally was splicing and dicing this trailer to make it tolerable. It's not perfect, but it's the best I can do.
Okay, so this movie came out. Opening weekend was December 7th, 1986. Of course, Pearl Harbor Day. And the budget for it was an estimated $15 million. The opening weekend in the U.S. and U.S. Light, a.k.a. Canada, was 8,100,084. Actually, you know what? Canada's not U.S. Light. Canada is like Europe Light.
Europe Light. Okay.
Yeah, because if you go to like BC, British Columbia, and look over there, all the stuff looks real like English, and then like PEI is pretty much like kind of like Ireland ish. And never mind. Gross worldwide was about 42 million, just a shade under 43 million, and it ran for 2 hours and 10 minutes.
It did.
It did.
Would you like to know
This
the
is all
aspect
practical.
ratio as well?
Sure.
Sure.
Why not? We've never done
1.85 to 1. I don't know if that makes a difference to anybody.
Oh, it changed everyone's worldview of this.
I
Yep.
thought so.
Everyone's going to run out and go get it in that aspect ratio.
Charlie, guess who directed this movie?
Gee, let me think.
Nope, one G.
Gene
Clint
Hackman.
Clint Howard.
No.
Clint Howard's ugly brother.
No, that Clint Howard is the ugly brother.
No.
Unless you're talking about Ron Howard as Clint
Oh.
Howard's ugly brother.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Which one's Clint?
Clint is the
Howard?
attractive one.
He was the ice cream man.
Was he the one that was in Stargate, the TV series?
Probably. He just
He
kind
might
of
have been,
shows
but
up.
he was in Star Trek as a kid, the original series.
Oh.
Little bald-headed alien-looking kid.
That was
Anyway,
actually just Clint Howard as a 40
He's in the Raid.
as a kid.
Yeah.
He's got
yeah.
the Benjamin Buttons disease.
Oh, he's the one that always has a bald nugget. Yeah. He was
Yeah.
definitely in the Stargate
That-
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the good
No,
looking
this
one.
was
He was the
tr-
one that operated the Stargate machine back in the mountain.
Cool. You remember more than I do. No, this was directed by Clint Eastwood
Yes. Yeah. That's true.
and starred Clint Eastwood.
It did star Clint Eastwood. You're right.
Star.
This movie had a bunch of people in it that if you look, you go, oh, yeah, I know that guy. Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
know that lady. Oh, yeah, I know that person. I mean, Mario Van Peebles was in this thing.
More
Was not expecting
famously,
that.
more famously known for Full Eclipse, though. That's his
Definitely,
big ticket movie.
like he's known for Full Eclipse and Highlander 3, if that movie happened to exist.
Final Dimension. Yes.
Yes.
Actually, I don't think I've ever seen anything else that he was in.
You never see Solo?
No.
He was not Han Solo, Dan.
That's Nate.
Charlie
not
keeps
again.
thinking this, and I don't understand it.
Me and Pete explained that to you. And
You
for
are a
anyone,
figment of my imagination, so you're not real. Can't
and if
tell me
anyone's
anything.
wondering what we're talking about, go back and check out our Full Eclipse episode, because the higher up the numbers get, the more pissed off Pete gets.
Plug.
I plug my own damn show.
So,
All
Dan,
right.
why'd you pick this movie?
Well,
You
because
got
it
to
was
choose.
yeah. So it was between this and another option, which I
Yeah.
don't remember what it was at this point now.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh yeah. So it was between this and Big Trouble in Little China. And I
Yeah.
love Big Trouble in Little China, but you two promised me a Big Trouble in Little China month.
Well, Nate threw the idea out of which I'm still trying to figure out how we do a Big Trouble in Little China month. Like,
I could
Hey,
talk about
man.
it for about a month.
what's
Yeah, I
the
can talk about it for a
logistics?
month, too.
Well, see,
Yeah.
there's already a podcast that their entire show is about Big Trouble in Little China.
Wait a minute, wait.
Oh, wow.
wait.
Okay.
Are you shitting me right now?
No.
I gotta go.
Thank God. No,
Can
there's
anyone
literally.
tell me what the hell is going on?
I don't know what's gotten into you two. This is starting.
Girl
to
Scout
get-
cookies are available.
Is that
It just kind of happens.
Okay, I'm back.
all right?
It was awesome. I binged them. Did you say something about Girl Scout cookies?
Yeah, they're
No,
back. That's
no,
why we can't
no,
contain
we-
ourselves.
How much are those a box,
Can
man?
$5. You can get them
That's it?
DoorDash to you.
Wait,
Let's
whoa.
continue.
I can get them DoorDash to me?
Yes, you
I'll
have
be
to
right
buy 3 boxes. He's going to go DoorDash some Girl Scout cookies. It was dangerous information to know.
I can't wait till he gets his own show where he can act out like this on his own show. I don't know. No.
Can I give the 3 sentence synopsis? That
Yes,
way I can
Nate.
then
Let's
explain
get
my
your-
confusion
let's
about
get-
this movie.
It was too expensive to DoorDash them. They charge
is.
too much.
Okay.
Nate, what's your favorite Girl Scout cookie? Go.
Samoans.
Charlie?
Samoa, not Samoans.
Same difference.
Nate, you leave your desire to snuggle with the Rock out of this.
Never.
Yeah, good point. Wait, we get to snuggle with the Rock?
He's gone again.
Okay. All right. So, Charlie, what's yours?
Samoas.
Wrong. Okay.
It's not wrong.
It's either peanut butter tag along
Ew.
I do have a thing of tagalongs in the
or
other room.
Thin Mint.
Ew. No.
Yeah,
Nate,
no, I don't do thin mints.
3-minute synopsis, me. Charlie, hit the button.
Oh, God bless. I'm about to mute his ass. Nate, you ready before I hit this button? Because you're.
Let me get my batwood out.
Wait,
I'm
whoa.
ready.
Wait. Your Batwood?
Oh no, I mean my Batman Eastwood.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes a lot. That's
Yeah, that
different-
probably
that's
makes
a
more
different
sense.
thing.
Just tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready, Charlie.
Good.
A decorated veteran with a broken heart. Unruly rookie recruits. Only blood can bond them.
I love it. I love it. Nate's got this down pat.
All right,
He-
so fun story when
he
you guys
spends a
picked
week
this movie.
making these, so I just
Yeah,
wanna
I
put
do
that out
spend a
there.
lot of time, a lot of thought process.
It's not like he writes that
never
30
last
seconds
minute.
before we go live.
It's never while we're recording me just like "Ooh."
Nope.
Nope.
This man's a professional. He has one job, and he does that well. Go
So,
ahead, Nate.
I read the plot to this movie. I was like, "Oh, cool, we're gonna do this." And then after I read the plot, I went, "Ah, shit, this isn't Kelly's Heroes."
It is
So
not.
I was like instantly confused. I didn't want to bring it up to you guys, so I was really excited. I went, "I don't know if I've seen this movie, but I really love Kelly's Heroes."
Okay, wait. Oh, are we doing Kelly's Heroes on this one?
No.
Nope.
Because I've seen that one more than I've seen Heartbreak Ridge, so I could do that one right now if you want to. Was that an option? If that was an option, I would totally have picked that one over
You
this
said
one.
you got 2 options, and these were the 2 that you picked, and then you didn't pick Kelly's Heroes. And the whole time I'm like, shit, I didn't know about this Eastwood war movie. And then as I'm watching, I'm like, well, maybe. But as you're going through, like, it's literally a remake of Major Payne. So then I was really confused.
It really is.
How can it be a remake when it came out before?
Because
Don't ask questions.
dude, Clint went back in time. The Swede is really the little boy who
Is afraid
had
of the
boogie-
boogeyman.
Yeah, yeah, and that's what he's based on. The little boy is based on the Swede, and the
They look just alike.
yeah, and the you're gonna feel a little pressure. That guy who got his finger snapped, he was Van Peebles. Look it up, dude. Dude, I thought you were prepared when we do this show.
Me or Nate?
Yes.
I am prepared. I have drops. I know what movie we watched. I'm just trying to comprehend the fact that Dan and I had a conversation yesterday about war movies, and we're talking about Kelly's Heroes that Nate was nowhere near us about, and Nate thought he was supposed to be.
Okay,
We're talking
Charlie,
about Kelly's
can I
Heroes.
add another movie to my 5 top Army military war movies? Because
It can't be Major Payne.
no, it's gonna be Kelly's Heroes.
I thought you added that one in there.
I probably already did, didn't I?
I think it was like your second pick.
It was yeah. So it was like okay, it was Kelly's Heroes, Fury, Memphis Belle,
Great Escape. Or
no,
no,
that
you
was
want a dirty
yours.
you want a dirty
yeah,
dozen.
the Dirty Dozen, and Full Metal Jacket.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like this. You go, Charlie. You go.
Mine was The Great Escape, which Dan and I agreed it was a war movie.
Yeah,
Heart-
even though he
Heart-
plays soccer.
I'd say so.
Heartbreak Ridge. I love this movie. I did agree with Dan. Fury is phenomenal. Just watched it again this weekend. Memphis Belle is on my top 5 list, and good war movie. I think I'm gonna go with like Platoon. No, Full Metal Jacket. Full Metal Jacket's better than Platoon. Just the first half of Full
That
Metal
first
Jacket.
hour.
Well, okay, yes, asterisk. Full Metal Jacket's 2 movies.
It
It
is the
is.
first
It
half
really
of that
is.
movie.
Yeah.
As if
Steve.
I have to count an entire movie, I think Platoon as a whole movie is way up there. But the first part of Full Metal Jacket is unbelievable. It's beyond.
I can't believe you didn't say Hot Shots Part. Yeah.
War. It's fantastic.
It is.
Let's see.
Nate,
If I had to
what's yours?
go, obviously the Dirty Dozen,
Mm-hmm.
the original Inglorious Bastards,
It's a good one.
Enemy at the Gates.
Oh, that is a good one.
That's a good one.
There's some sniping going on in that one.
Yeah, there's nothing but sniping. Saving Private Ryan, obviously.
What about Saving Ryan's Privates?
That's totally
another
different movie.
list.
Don't Google
Yep. Yep. Different
Oh, that's
list.
a different movie?
it. Yeah.
Cameron told me I'd
And-
like that one.
Probably Black Hawk Down.
Hmm.
That would be mine.
That's not bad.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
There's
Okay.
a lot of great ones from the 60s or 70s, but it's been a while since I've seen. So I would have to do like. But now that I'm in my
PT-109,
30s,
stuff like that. Yeah.
and I'm into
109,
barbecuing and
Hamburger
World War II movies.
Hill. You know,
Yeah, Midway, fantastic.
love Midway.
Yeah, that's a
Bridge
great
Too
movie.
Far. That was another movie that I thought this could have been, but Clint Eastwood isn't even in
See,
that.
Bridge
so.
Over the River
Yeah.
Kwai is a fantastic movie too. I think I may
Tora,
have
Tora,
even-
Tora.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Oh, it's so good. Battlefield Earth.
No,
Fantastic. The Great
No.
Battlefield of Earth.
That's a war movie.
no. It shouldn't even be a movie.
Rain of Fire. All those soldiers
yeah.
that died during the Great Dragon War.
Yeah.
Right? That's a war movie. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
No. Okay. No. All
Well,
right.
wait, wasn't there a movie just called War?
Probably.
No wars happened in that movie, though.
Oh, I didn't watch that one.
Liz, you did watch this. Jason Statham and Jet Li.
Yeah, I think we watched it
Oh.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. That's that one. Yeah. Okay, I watched that one.
I'm glad we all agree. Okay. Where are we at here? We've done 3-sentence synopsis. We've
Mhm.
done the trailer. You've
Yes.
done all the other stuff. Where you want to start with this movie?
Let's start at the beginning.
That's usually a good way to do it.
I think so.
Yes.
Usually.
So the reason I have a affinity for this film, and I do have a nostalgic feel. A lot of the films that we've done so far, I don't have a ton of nostalgia for some of them, but this one I do. And this one actually, jokes aside, sitting here next to me, aside me, get it? Was
No.
because when it came out on VHS, I walked the block and a half down to the little corner video store where I would get NES games and rented it to watch with my grandfather.
Yeah.
And my grandfather did a lot of raising of me. I've probably mentioned him multiple times. And he was a World War II vet, and he liked Eastwood. He preferred the Westerns because he said the scenery was a lot better. But we got this movie, and we watched this one together. And he really liked this. So we ended up buying it and everything else. I'm pretty sure if I remember right, because we watched it a bunch. So that's one of the reasons that this movie means something to me, is it's one that I remember watching quite a bit with my grandfather.
Right. That
Yeah.
makes sense. I mean, and it's the first time I watched this was one of those times Dad brought home a movie that, because we all got to pick our own. That was Dad's pick, and I'm guessing he'd already seen it because we barely even got home, and he goes, "You'll be able to watch the one I bought," and I was like, or rent it, and I was like, "Really? You've already seen it?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I immediately was thrown into Heartbreak Ridge, probably 14 or 15, something like that, when I first watched it.
Let me guess. What did you rent that night?
Dude, I have no clue, man.
What do you mean?
I rented a ton of stuff.
Yeah, but you remember everything else your dad rented. How about, do you not remember what you rented? Was it not any good? Probably wasn't very good.
You're asking me what I rented that night. I can tell you movies I've rented, but to rent the same movie the same night Dad rented a movie, I don't remember.
Did you rent Volume 3 of the Pac-Man cartoon, The Pac-Man Ghostly Adventures?
No.
I feel like
Okay,
that
go
wouldn't
ahead.
even be available.
Yeah,
Right,
I
yeah.
don't even think that was on VHS.
Next question.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Nate,
when you
last night.
I really, yeah,
when you
mine was
realized
pretty
this
much
wasn't
last
Killer's
night.
Heroes.
Yeah. This definitely, though, I probably have seen as a kid, and it was probably with Dad or with one of the uncles. Like, it's a Clint Eastwood movie and it's a war movie. Like, if you were raised like us, you get to you see one of these at some
Yeah.
point.
Because
Like,
war, it's fantastic.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah, classic white suburbanite male thing. Watch war movies.
it's what you
That's
do, man.
none of what we are. I mean, I'm white, but we're not suburbanite.
Like I said, I'm in
we're
my 30s now,
rural
so it's just World War
country.
II movies and barbecuing.
Yeah,
And
see,
you know what?
he's
I'm
turned
all for
into,
it.
and he mows the grass.
Flip flops to go check the mail. Love it.
Yeah, see, Nate's turned into everyone's dad. Nate is now the official podcast network dad.
He's
like
literally
you know how like
the
Sag,
baby.
you know how
My
like
boys.
Saget was America's dad. Now Nate is the podcast network's dad.
Nate is literally the youngest one in the podcast
Yeah,
network.
but he does the most dad stuff.
Does
Children,
he?
children.
See
that? Well, no, that actually brings up my point. How many kids you got, Nate?
that we know of.
That are accounted for.
Hey, man, my taxes are my taxes.
See?
32 dependents is 32 dependents, and I can't hear you otherwise.
Okay, I do believe the grades of Dad, we are above Nate by quite a bit here.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't wear flip flops to go check the mail.
I don't even check the mail.
Yeah, see?
Truth is, you don't even need the mail, Charlie.
90% of it's junk. And then almost everything else is online. What the heck is mail for?
Except you got to see the flyer I got today that had a shotgun with the American flag painted on it.
I did see that, and I'm a little
$500 at Vance's Outdoors.
that even I'm not getting flyers for firearms in my mailbox.
That makes sense. And here in Ohio, you don't even need to be trained to carry it.
Do you not? You don't have to take a class?
Yeah, I guess you can just open
think
carry.
Oh, no. They just passed a bill in the House that eliminates the training for your concealed license.
But
now it has to go to the governor now.
You still have to go get a license though.
Yeah, but all you have to do now is just walk in, give them $35 and sign the thing, and you can carry.
They still
a machine
background
gun
check you though, don't you?
Probably.
I mean, even in Virginia, I had to fill out paperwork, and they had to call the sheriff and all that stuff. To
Oh
do.
yeah. I think they do that stuff, but I mean, yeah, but you can get around that.
Can I carry a sword?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you can carry a sword without a license right now.
Okay.
You can carry
I'm in.
nunchucks
I'm in.
Okay.
That's all we had to say. I'm in.
and a blowgun
Sure.
and an axe.
I always carry an axe. We had a conversation
He
about
does.
that.
He's got
and
proof.
Pete did. I do have proof.
Mhm.
Yeah. Don't
We never did
challenge him
share
on it.
that picture though. Dan knows.
That's on
Dan's
you.
been here.
I know the axe. Yeah.
He knows the axe. He knows the sword.
A axe. There's multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
multiple.
one in the van.
Now
there's
Charlie's
one-
giving me this
one-
look
See?
of like, quit talking about all my axes. That way
See,
people
Dan
know.
knows about the Van Axe,
All my axes live in Texas.
Virginia.
That's not the song.
Yeah, well, it's
Well,
not true.
technically, neither was what I sang.
Right.
So, Heartbreak Ridge
Yes.
was a action movie like I said, that we watched, and like I said, there's people in it, and you go, "Oh yeah, I know who that is," or "I've seen that person before," or whatever. But honestly, even looking through their IMDb, I'm like, I'm sure these people are in other stuff, but I don't really know them. Like the only other name I really knew was Van Pebbles.
Peebles.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
No.
Pebbles
no,
was
you
on
gotta
Flintstones.
Put some respect on his name.
Put a little respect on that. A little
You know what?
respect.
If I had to choose who I'd rather go out and eat chicken nuggets with, Van Peebles or him?
Who, Seagal?
I think.
He's out of the country right now, so if we say it 3 times, he won't show up.
Oh, good. Where's he at? Ukraine?
Russia.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, is he actually there?
He is somewhere near the area, and there was an article that ended up being parody that he was with them in Ukraine, but that was debunked. As
What side's he on?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He can't kick anyone's ass.
Yeah.
So, but this movie, like you watch his stuff and you go, "Oh yeah, that guy, whatever." But I don't really know a lot of these other people from anything else. Like I said, Van Peebles, obviously, and honestly, I got to be truthful here. The only other person I know was the guy that was Profile, Tom
Yeah.
Villard, because he was
Even-
in One Crazy Summer.
Even Jackie recognized him. She's like, I recognize that guy.
Yeah,
I think I always
yeah.
have the problem with like military movies is like when you put everyone in like the same uniforms and stuff, it's hard for me to like distinguish unless you're very character like Van Peebles is in this or Clint Eastwood. Like you got to have that kind of like over the top performance for me to be like, oh, now I know who's who.
You do realize though that's
Makes sense.
the entire point of military uniforms.
Yeah.
I know, but when you're
Yeah.
watching a movie, sometimes like
Oh,
like Black Hawk Down, for example, like if you're not fully paying attention, sometimes it's hard because everyone has a shaved head in that movie.
yeah.
It's just one of those things.
High and tight.
Nice.
With
Yeah,
me, one of the
exactly.
things that this
Hindsight.
movie stuck out to me was like how it kind of takes the same formula but still keeps it fun of a bunch of ragtag people coming together to overcome a challenge.
This is one of those that I feel like it easily could have gone goofy funny, but it stayed just funny enough with it being still a serious type movie.
To me, it was so weird seeing like Clint Eastwood deliver like comedic one-liners.
In his drill sergeant voice.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it was so odd. Like I was like,
His voice
this
never
isn't a
changed in this
comedy.
movie.
Not at all.
OORAH. There you
But
go.
like it was just really strange,
Anyway.
like to hear him delivering these lines, to see Van Peebles kind of like playing a joke. I'm like, this guy's in the Marines, but like it all comes together.
I gotta say though, that's probably the one thing about this movie that I feel like would never have flown even in real life was that particular group of guys getting away with everything they were getting away
Yeah,
with.
it felt very not Hogan's Heroes, but like McHale's Navy
Mm.
or Sergeant Blinko.
Yeah, I mean
Bilko?
it had that, but
Bilko,
yeah, I think it's Bilko. But yeah, it was like they had no commanding officer. Like when he got there was no one.
Yeah, because he was
in
assigned
charge
to it,
of 'em.
because right at the very beginning of the movie, he's once again in court for being drunk and disorderly.
Wow,
There it is.
we
There's
are
the-
wordsmiths tonight, guys.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
professional podcasters who cannot talk.
We don't need
professional, are we?
we don't need licenses for this, guys.
Well, that's true. We just have to
This
Give-
is open
give people
carry
full-
podcasting, boys.
just got to pay $20 a month and we're good to go, boys. So yeah, so you're right, Nate. I don't care. I get what they're doing. It was Animal House meets, pick a war movie. But there's no way in hell that would be happening.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No top brass would be letting that fly. It's
No bottom brass would be letting that fly.
no, but the dude that was in, the major that was in charge was letting it fly. I mean, they had,
Well, that guy was a dickbag.
but it was just this complete, Mario Van Peebles could just basically go anytime
Yeah,
he wanted
was
to
just
a
any other
bar.
time at a bar, just rocking out.
What was the other guy's name that literally disappeared for
Quijones?
a third of the movie because he's trying to raise his kid and he gets a job. I'm like, that definitely isn't happening. You're not getting off base without anyone knowing.
No, they're just coming and going as they please. Like,
Yeah,
no
this
problem
was-
whatsoever.
This was such like it was like college. You're right. It's like
Yeah.
Animal House, but let's put
With
it in the
machine guns.
military.
Yeah.
And
It honestly didn't even need the Grenada conflict in the last 30 minutes of it. But I get it's a war movie, so we got to show them boots on the ground.
It was a war movie for 30 minutes.
yeah, but it needed that to show what he was doing was
what they
working,
had
I guess.
accomplished,
Yeah,
I
they
do
had to.
feel like this movie could translate to a really well 8-episode HBO miniseries,
I don't know.
I feel like
I
it could do a really well, you take the same concept and just kind of stretch it out into a mini series.
Why do you always want to stretch out movies when I'm sitting here going, I could probably shave this sucker down to a tight hour 45?
Because we now live in a world where Netflix makes you binge everything.
I sat here with a trailer that was 2.5 minutes and I got that sucker down to a tight 1.5. I think I can take this whole movie, clean out some of the crap we don't need, and I can have us a nice, tight war action movie.
I like when he shows up to his ex-wife's house and says, "Buy you a beer," and he
And
pulls
has
up
a
with a
six-pack of beer.
six-pack. That was so smooth.
Was it smooth, Nate?
It was so smooth.
Is
Didn't
that from
work.
the handbook? Yeah, I was gonna say it didn't work, and he ends up throwing his beer back at her front door whenever he leaves.
Yeah.
I like when he referred to the Cosmo as Panther Piss.
That was a good one. So, do
I
we
gotta
just
start
want
using that.
we'll just go through our favorite lines in this movie? Because
Hostile projectiles.
There was a moment where they were coming out so fast. I was like, I can't even write these down.
Well,
you know,
this movie, Dan and I, is another one of those movies Dan and I talk about or reference all the time.
Yeah.
And it always there's two. So the first one is
I don't think so, babe. Sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet,
sweet, sweet, sweet, sweet, sweet, sweet, sweet,
sweet. Danny, I'd like you to meet my big friend, Sweet Johansson.
Sweet just got out of the brig.
You look like Brock Lesnar.
he looked like the 80s version of the Mountain.
I'm gonna rip your head off and shit down your neck.
Sounds like Brock Lesnar. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how that guy would have ever actually been a Marine. He to be that built and thighs the size of freaking.
I'll tell you why. Because in the Army and the Marine, actually in all branches, I'm pretty sure, maybe not Navy or Air Force, but I know Army and Marine for sure, they have soldiers that their entire job is to do nothing but lift weights and go on PR campaign type stuff. That's the only thing that they're there for, is to lift
That
weights
makes sense.
and get big AF. Because WWE wrestler Bobby Lashley, when he was in the Army, that was pretty much his job, was to just eat tons of food and lift weights.
That actually makes more sense because
Yeah,
I'm
that
sitting
would
there
make
going,
sense.
to be that big out on a battlefield
Yeah, that's kind of
makes
what I
no
was thinking.
sense. And it was like, oh, let's give him the 60. Of course, they're going to give the big guy the big gun at the end that it's not even kicking him back. I know it's a fake gun, but still, it's like, come on, man, you could have sold it a little bit more.
Nope, he's just that much of a brute.
He's side firing a 60.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, they've got big dudes in the Marines. I mean, they
Yeah.
got big dudes, but yeah, Swede was.
No, look,
big
you
dude.
can be fit, you can be cut, but like this guy's calves have been social distancing since 1982. Yeah, that's
That's pretty good. I'll give you that.
thank you. I almost stumbled that one, but I pulled it in a clutch right there.
Yeah, you almost bailed.
He
on that
might
one.
be at the Arnold convention this weekend, for all we know.
He's not. No.
Probably not. No.
By the way, speaking of which, Nate, you want to go there Sunday? They're having slap fighting finally.
Are they really?
Ooh, I love
to
watching
see
those
someone get
videos.
Man, that'd be incredible. If
Just
only
slap to hell and back.
parking downtown during the Arnold convention isn't the
You walk.
literal nightmare.
You walk,
Oh
dude.
no, yeah, we'd have to Uber to somewhere and walk.
When Dan and I worked around the downtown area, you parked like way out of the way and you walked around that
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
There was a couple times. Didn't we go to a hockey game that was going on during?
Yeah, they have a hockey
Yes.
game going on this Saturday. I'm like,
Yeah,
it's gonna
there's
be
always a hockey
chaos
game
down
during
there.
the Arnold Fitness, and we parked. God, dude, I don't even know how far away we parked. And
The
walked.
worst, we parked back past where Huntington Park's
The new
employee
stadium?
parking area
Oh yeah,
was, and now that's where the new Crew Stadium is.
I was gonna say that's
Back
the
that
new
way, yeah.
stadium area.
That's
right
a
there.
hike.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
dude,
was a
it
hike.
is. It
Dude,
is.
what's worse
That
than that
is
is trying to go to
no
like Thurman's or Schmidt's.
Yeah, because now you're going on the complete opposite end of where you're trying to get
Well,
to.
that-
But everyone else
Everyone
goes
goes
there.
yeah,
Honestly, the easiest place we ever ate was the one restaurant that was across the street from the Blue Jacket Stadium. The one where we mixed all our food together. You go and
Oh,
get all your
BD's
own.
Mongolian Grill.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
BD's was the easiest place to get into, and it was
Yeah.
50 yards from the Blue
Yeah,
Jackets.
well, they go to like Thurman's and stuff though because they get like 5 beef patties and smash them because they're all big proteined out.
They have
what
the
it is.
the
Yeah.
one that's off menu,
The Thurminator.
the Terminator, and then everybody goes to Schmidt's because it's a sausage autobahn.
and that's where
all
Arnie
you can eat
goes.
sausage. It's awesome.
It's
It is awesome.
Arnie.
Well, speaking of the M60 machine gun, back as we get back to the Swede, let's talk about our other favorite line from this movie,
Mm-hmm.
which made one of the other more famous guns even more famous.
Good Lord, what was that?
Sir, that's an AK-47 assault weapon.
Preferred weapon of our enemy.
It makes a very distinctive sound when fired at us, sir.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
All right. No way he's going to get a hold of an AK-47 and live rounds to fire at his commanding officer and platoon during a non-live fire exercise.
It's Gunny, though. He can do what he wants.
yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
First of all, too, in the trailer, it's not Tom Gunny Highway. Gunny is his rank. He's a gunnery sergeant. And all gunnery sergeants are called gunnies.
Yeah, but everyone calls him Gunny.
Call him Tom.
Who called him Tom?
I do.
Well, I'm just saying, everyone in this movie called him Gunny the entire time.
His wife, ex-wife.
She called him dumbass,
Yeah,
piece of shit.
I was gonna say she had all the
Mary called
stingers
him
ready
Gunny,
for him.
if I'm not mistaken. His
I think she called him. She called him Highway. His
he would
old
get
buddy
called-
called him Tom Highway. But yeah, I get
yeah, but
like
I
the
mean,
perfect
they rarely
example-
called him the right name.
yeah. Swede was like, Gunny, I'm afraid of heights, which is hysterical because he's already a very tall man. But he's like,
Hey.
jumping out of a plane's not a natural act, so enjoy the view.
I don't care how tall you are; you can still be afraid of heights, dude. I don't like heights.
I don't like heights.
You're short though.
That's true.
Can we? Let's play a commercial. I think we all need to take a break.
Yeah.
Let's take a break.
Hey guys, this is Wolfie D from PG-13. Check out my podcast, Live and in Color with Wolfie D, every Monday at noon. We're talking Memphis, we're talking ECW, WCW, WWF, everywhere that I've been. We even have some great guests, some Hall of Famers on the show with us. Every Monday at noon, Live and in Color with Wolfie D.
Hey, this is the one-man gold mine, the one-man enterprise of professional wrestling and all entertainment, Flynn Hendricks. And you better believe when I'm looking for a good podcast to listen to, I go to my own. I go to the I Know You Hear Me podcast hosted by me, Flynn Hendricks. That is such a fresh perspective for how you should look at life, too. I love that. And then when I'm feeling spooky, I go to my other podcast, Tales from the Haunt, where I want my head shoved inside a 15-pound silicone mask. More. I want to have a bucket of sweat coming off me at the end of the night than just Jeff.
Dogs don't lay eggs, Flynn.
I hate you so much. Talk to other scare actors about what it takes to get into the world of scare acting. So if you're curious about how people became professional wrestlers, actors, prioritized their mental health, became entrepreneurs, avoided burnout, or got into scare acting, you need to go check out I Know You Hear Me and Tales from the Haunt, available on all podcasting platforms. And I know you hear me.
Welcome to the Monster Movie Stomp Down with me, Stompy, and my brother Frank.
Hi, I'm Frank.
Join us, Sludge, Mark, and Ruben 3 times a month as we review monster movies from around the world.
And don't forget about the monthly contest and trivia.
Not only that, Frank, but you will find extra content like the Underdogs, Monster Mash Wednesdays, and the Friday Night Fights, each week exclusively on our Facebook and Instagram.
So please join us at the Monster Movie Stomp Down.
Your one-stop chomp for monster movie reviews, news, interview, trivia, laughs, and of course me, Stompy.
And Frank.
And then I told the snake, I don't care how much you want to charge me for that donut. I do not want one with cream filling.
Fun story,
Oh, hey,
man.
welcome back to Give Me Back My Action Movies, the podcast, talking about Heartbreak Ridge. I got scolded during the commercial break.
We yelled at him real good.
Scolded.
I got yelled at.
So I think one of the things that's kind of difficult when covering this movie is the fact that this is a drama. Because like Dan said, like the last 20 to 30 minutes is actual like a war movie where like usually we cover crazy over the top. The machine gun never, runs out of ammo.
Yeah, the movies I
Delta
pick.
Force 2. Yeah. And then like this one's much more grounded in reality to an extent, even though there's no way anyone's ever going to get off the bunker that many times, off base, back and forth. But you're seeing more of a human side to each soldier. Because you want these guys to bond, you want them to succeed.
I agree. I agree with a lot of that. I think what it is there's when they leave the base, it's nothing but a drama movie. Like the whole thing between him and
trying to get his
ex-wife and
he's
her.
trying to get these guys to like, get their life in order, kind of.
He gives the one guy money because he needs extra money for the kids and all this other stuff. He's kind of bonding with Peebles as it goes through. But the reason why this one fits the criteria is there is enough action to where I've grown up with this movie in my mind as an action movie. They have the big brawl in the water pit, as one of the training exercises, which is one of my favorite scenes in the movie, where they're all trying to throw each other out of the water pit. The Swedes carrying like 2 or 3 people at one time, and then you get Gunny and the Major go at it. Also, the Major, I also realized watching it last night, and since Dan's already brought up Steven Seagal, he was the guy that was in Under Siege 2. They did his hair blonde. He's the one that looks like Race Bannon.
Are you serious? Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Huh.
Wait, is that the train
I
one?
would have not known that.
Yeah, the one with the train.
Oh, okay. I did see that one.
Dark territory.
Yeah. But we had done something where I had talked about doing a live action like Johnny Quest, and that dude is who I would always want to play Race Bannon. and it was because he had blonde hair in that. But this is him with the darker hair in this one.
Who would
They
you get,
also-
would you do a CGI bandit or would you do actual living dogs?
I think to do live action, I don't want CGI animals. I because Bandit didn't talk. Bandit was just a dog that, it's all he ever did.
That was
You know,
a pretty
good
dog
dog.
impression. Yeah,
You like that?
That was actually
Yeah.
like a really good
I've
dog.
been working on my voice acting now that we got some voice actors in the podcast network. I feel like I've had to up my game.
We all have to, start upping our game a bit.
We got to elevate ourselves, which isn't happening in this episode.
Wait a
but
minute.
that's fine.
No.
We have to elevate ourselves?
Yeah,
I
not
have to
elephant
stand up and do this now?
if you want.
The team
Don't.
in this movie elevates themselves during that laser tag with the giant laser tag like chest
The
pieces
miles gear.
and
yeah.
like
The
I don't know,
backpacks
they
of
had a
batteries.
miniature TV attached to their gun, with the laser.
And I like when they
The
get
most
shot
screeching noise.
I just want. Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to, and then he tells him to turn it off. It makes a lot of racket. I was trying to make that point. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm turning that down. No, but I was just sitting there going, I think the more dangerous thing in that entire training exercise would have been the radiation from those flipping things.
Right? Like
shooting
everyone
at
had
each
microwaves
other.
from the 50s that they were carrying around.
Giant flashlights on the ends of their guns.
They
Yeah.
survived Grenada, but they died from the great laser cancer.
Wait. Did they all survive Grenada?
No, it's just a moment of trying to think because, like in my mind, I'm like, all right, like drama piece,
Yeah.
training exercise of them like climbing the tower, rappelling down. There's a really great scene where the one guy's like, my rifle doesn't work. This thing's a piece of shit,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
think
like
what is it?
Eastwood
Forgetty?
like collects it. He's like,
No, it
Here,
was
let me check
Profile
it.
that did it.
Well, no. Forgetty, I think, was
Oh,
the one
when
that
he's
said his
shooting
weapon was.
downrange.
He's like, just give it good.
yeah, and Eastwood grabs
was
it,
like,
and,
give it to
fires
me, you
3
stupid shit.
perfect bullseyes.
Yeah.
That's
and then
right.
and then Profile almost killed everybody.
Yeah.
Eastwood ups his game by calling him prophylactic.
That was pretty funny. There's
Yeah.
so many terms of endearment in this movie.
That's
I
a
guess
lot of one-liner type of things like that. Yeah, like slams and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff that we can't play.
Yeah, there's a
as
lot of it
drops.
too where it's like, ooh, this has not aged well whatsoever.
Well,
And then
it
I'm also like,
didn't-
it's a time period, but I'm also like, it's the Marines.
No,
like,
no. You're gonna love this part then. This movie was originally intended to be a puff piece for the Marines. They were funding this. They were
Oh,
behind
really?
this.
Yeah.
This was actually supposed to
This
help
was just
them.
a recruitment Hollywood video, basically.
Like Top Gun.
Ugh.
Yeah, it
Yeah, I
was
gonna say,
supposed.
just like Top Gun.
yeah.
Then
It was its original intention was to shine light on even their Toys for Tots campaign that they were doing. After watching the first screening of this, they backed out.
Yeah.
And it was because of how the Marines were depicted in language.
The 3 big military puff piece films like that were this one, Top Gun, and Megaforce.
Not Megaforce.
Yeah. So you think. You don't know what they got top secret military was.
Technically, it was Navy SEALs that we also
Navy
covered.
SEAL.
yeah, it's even in the title for that one. Because like,
Yeah.
you can't do it with like First Blood Part 2 or Commando.
Even though that probably did more recruitment than
It
all
probably
of those
did.
movies. It got George Bush on board. That's all I know.
So then, as this movie is progressing, obviously the recon squad were the screw ups, the goof offs.
No one
And,
respected them.
Yeah, when they'd come into the military,
Everyone's
they took
upset
them.
when they're succeeding.
Yeah, they would come in and they would just throw them over here in this platoon because the guy that ran the base was trying to make his own elite specialists, and so
Yeah, but
was
he
like,
wasn't
"Ah, just-"
good at it.
No,
that
he
was
sucked.
the other kick.
No, he was dog ass.
They
But he
Yeah,
was
he was
literally
terrible at his job.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was the worst, but that's why he got promoted up because he was in the military. So you
He-
stuck and you get promoted upwards.
he staged
upwards, man.
his own ambush training scenario where he knew where the ambush was going to happen for his team by the recon, and then Clint Eastwood screws it all up because he makes his guys actually go out there and try to win, and the guy gets mad because that was my training thing, and it's like, it kind of makes it easy when you know when the ambush is coming, doesn't it? Major?
Yeah. He's like, how am I going to train my men? And Eastwood's like, look, none of this is any good if my guys go out and just get dead.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah,
purpose?
it was a really
What
good
was
point.
it? He said they talk about no one's ready to go to war. If we went to war, you're planting half these men.
Yeah.
You know, that's exactly what he said to him.
And the thing is too, it's like recon in the Marines are badasses.
They're like the first to go.
Yeah, so why would you put the F-ups, why would you put F troop in the recon platoon? Make them be like potato peelers and people that like bring you the wrench and just, stuff like that instead of making them recon. But so, so they go, okay, well, we're going to send this guy. He's getting ready to get mandatory retirement anyway. He's going to be done. He's
just riding out whatever.
Yeah, he's
his term is.
793 years old, and the only job, and he doesn't want to leave the Marines because it's always done since he got done dropping out of the 11th grade, and he
11th.
wants
Hell, I bet 9th.
Yeah, probably, and so they're like, okay, send him here, just shut him up. He's an old codger, just make him go away.
Yeah.
And he goes there and he trains this group. So when the shit hits the fan and they have to go to Grenada, which that's all based on true events. Well, I don't think any of the soldiers had a credit card and they were able to, call somebody on the phone like Van Peebles did. But nonetheless, when they do that, they show that, some of his tactics are still valid. So it's one of those things where the movie breaks down, and like Nate said, it's a lot of drama in this, and you got the action at the end of it, but a lot of this movie breaks down as, he's an old head, and his tactics worked to a certain level. His tactics worked for certain things, but
that's the moral of the story.
Right,
Was
everything,
there's always room for that type of mentality.
Well, see, I took it the opposite direction. I took it as, yes, your tactics worked, but eventually everything that's old like that gets supplanted by newer technology, newer training, newer this, newer that, newer whatever. So it's like, this is your last hurrah, get it in now. But,
that sounds weird to me because the way I took it was no one wanted him there because the major literally tells him that he is like antiquated. He is.
Yeah,
I asked for new, and they give me
relics.
you basically.
Yeah,
relic.
I asked for Marines, they send me relics. I think is what he says or something.
But his training techniques was what he was taught. And they talk about Heartbreak Ridge so much, which is a previous battle he fought at a younger time with basically his CO and the other guy. But it was all of his like down and dirty tactics, even how he talked to the top brass it was better than it kept showing up the major. And I looked up one thing because I was pretty sure I read this, and you mentioned it a second ago. The use of a credit card to place a long-distance landline fire support is based on an actual event in the Operation Urgent Fury Grenada action.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
A U.S. Navy SEAL rescuing the Governor General placed a card call to the SOCOM, which brought an AC-130 gunship to bear on an APC that was firing on them. So they called in a Hercules to fire, and that was what they were being fired on in this movie.
It was an APC. They were in that building, yeah.
It had a turret, but it was still an APC. But no, that was actually based on something that happened. They used a credit card.
Okay, that's actually pretty awesome. I have to give credit for that. But
no, I've always took this as Gunny was proven that old dogs still have a purpose in the military.
Yeah, like
that was my take on it.
I mean, work.
Again, we can all have our own opinion on what.
Yeah, I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that.
No, and I see what you're saying for sure, and I think on a surface level, I think you're right. But again, it showed me more of eventually everything has to know when it's time, and like he didn't know when he had outlived his usefulness. Like when you're, like there's going to be a time when everything is going to outlive its usefulness, where this car is not nearly as good as this car, or this whatever is not nearly as good as this whatever it is. I mean, for the love of all that's holy, at this point, landline, party lines on landline phones were the big thing, and now we're recording a podcast from 2 different states, 3 different locations on the computer. We can see each other, everything else. So my point is that everything has to know when it's time. He didn't know when it's time until finally he was like, "Oh, yep, I'm done." He at
When
the
did
end,
he say that?
Oh, at the end when it was like when he's sitting there and everything's at the end of Granada and everything's going there, and he's just sitting there with a cigar, and he's pretty much just like, you can just see in his eyes that he's like, okay, that's pretty much it.
I didn't take it as that at all.
What I got out of it was he was just going to take on like the next recruitment.
That's what
batch.
I took it as. He was validated.
I saw sadness in his eyes, and then when he gets back, his ex-wife's waiting on him, and he just walks away with her like, "Okay, I'm done with the Corps now. I've put in my time. I'm done."
I don't think that at all.
And I'm ready to go be a civilian kind of thing.
I think he got his life back.
Going to be in it. Yeah.
I think he's like, I got her back. I'm back in the Corps. They may, eventually they force you out.
Oh yeah,
he was about out.
Yeah, he was about out regardless.
He was like, you tried to make a mockery out of me, and I proved you all wrong.
Here's everything that led up to that, which is the reason why I feel like this is his validation the entire time, and this is the kind of like the final thing right before Dan says he's sitting there and he's looking off.
Who's in charge here? I am, sir. Major Malcolm Powers. Did you lead this assault? Lieutenant Ring and Gunnery Sergeant Highway disobeyed a direct order, sir. I told them to wait for support, but they still charged up this hill. Why?
Because we're paid to improvise, sir. Overcome, adapt.
I gave the order to take this hill, sir. Ring, this is going to ruin your career. Are you new to the infantry, Major? Yes, sir. Come over from supply. Were you good at that? Yes, sir. Well, then stick to it, because you're a walking cluster as an infantry officer. This is a Marine amphibious unit, Major. My men are hard chargers. Lieutenant Ring and Gunny Highway took a handful of young fire pissers, exercised some personal initiative, and kicked ass. Good work, Lieutenant. Thank you, sir. Well, you're dismissed.
It was after that, Gunny's still sitting there, and the guy looks at me and goes, "Well, what are you still doing here?" And he goes, "Yeah, I forget what he says, but he's just like a yes, sir, or whatever, and salutes him and walks off." But to me, it was like, he just got, he got the other guy like demoted. He was probably given an award for everything he just did right there, storming the hill and taking it. He has his cigar, a Cuban cigar too, because they were fighting Cubans. And it's that moment of, I'm still worth a damn. I'm still valid in times now. And then he gets to me, it was the ultimate victory for him. I showed everyone up that I'm not too old for this shit. I got my ex-wife back. I've showed everyone above me that we're still worth it and I can still be here. That's what I took from it.
Korean War vet, which, that ended in 1953. Granada was 1983. So you're talking 30 years later.
So 50, at least somewhere around the 50s.
Yeah.
60s,
so we're talking 30,
almost.
30 years later of him still being able to be like, prove himself and prove the tactics that worked in that war.
And it was just because
this 4-day battle.
He didn't want a desk job. He never, like his buddy went into the desk job part, pushing papers, being in charge of certain things. And Gunny was actually working in, I guess, essentially you could call it logistics at the beginning of the movie, because that's where they just stuck him. They didn't have anywhere else to put him because the one guy's trying to con him into hooking him up with some military surplus that he can make some extra money. And Gunny's like, no, screw you, get out of here before I punch your head off. That I took this as the ultimate like validation kind of movie. It's like, I'm not too old for this shit. My tactics still work. And to me, I think he was still taking on like all the new tech. He asked the major for night vision goggles for his men. He's like, why don't we have that? Why do I got to fill out a requisition form? That's kind of stupid. even telling the commanding officer, I think it's stupid that we got to sit around here and fill out forms when my guys should already have the shit they need. And the guy's like, yeah, you're right. You know, everything was just a validation for him as it continued going, just proving him right in the way his mindset, his tactics as an old Marine.
Well, that's the thing too, is like everything he was whenever he was proving something right, it was to another old Marine. It was to another old head there waiting on him and stuff like that. And like you said, you're right. Those tactics worked then, but I'm not military, and I've not
war
been military.
changes.
Yeah,
war
and
changes,
I've not
period.
been military. I'm not military or whatever. But
No.
I have to assume too that if he went off command and did his own thing, he would have had his ass ripped for that.
I mean,
Regardless of the outcome, you went off command, you disobeyed the direct order of your superior, you're going to get your ass ripped. Period.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know what would have happened because,
but I think again he did it because he was like, "The hell with it. This is my last chance to ever, especially be in combat." You know, he may have been able to train for another year, 2 years, whatever it is, back at the base, but you know, as a 50-some-odd-year-old man, he's not getting another combat mission.
But also, there's also a part that I think they don't stay on it very long. That it wasn't Gunny who decided to take the hill. It wasn't Gunny that was just like, F it, let's do this. It was the lieutenant that wrongly led the guys into the building where they had to call the air support with the credit card.
That was the guy that said, like, I accidentally got Profile killed.
Yeah,
correct?
Profile dies in this. Yeah, he goes, I got him. It was my call. Gunny's trying to stop him. So they were on their mission when they took the bridge. They're on mission. Because that was when they get to the city, that's when they all kind of reconvene again. And the major sends him up to check out the heavy artillery that was supposed to be sitting up there, which is up by the APC.
Right.
They get buried down by the APC because the lieutenant makes a bad judgment call. They finally get that called off, and they're literally right there knowing that anyone could come down on them from above. Also, the other guys were pretty much given up at that point. It wasn't even that much of a battle. They ran up the hill, threw a grenade in the room, and they all gave up.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So it wasn't like he completely disregarded command. It was Major wanted his war. That's the other underlying thing in this movie we didn't talk about. The Major is like, they do the first alert.
He was a glory hound.
He was looking for that because every time he introduced himself, I was Major, whatever his name was, from the school. I can't think of the name of the school where the cadets come from.
West Point?
Not West Point.
Yeah, that's Army. Annapolis. That's
might
the
be
Navy Academy.
Anyway.
Do Marines go through Annapolis as well?
It's
I know Marines are a Department of the Navy type of military. I'm going to look it up. Go ahead.
But he keeps, instead of saying, hey, I was in this division, he always says, I was in this class. I was in this class when
Like, some people always need that title because that's the only thing they can, like, focus on, you know?
Well, I can tell you, growing up, my first 3 years of life was on a military base. I don't remember it. I was 3, but my dad was Army, and
my first year was on a military base, but I was a baby, you know?
Yeah, I have zero other than pictures, but I also was raised by a dad that was military. He, treated, once I was old enough, it was like boot camp sometimes, especially if I was screwing up.
Oh yeah, there was no sleeping in past like 7 a.m. growing up.
Oh
and
yeah,
then,
like if something needed to be done, you were up. I got water tossed on me.
One time I was like 19. I came home at like 6 in the morning from a night of drinking, and my dad and grandpa were. I slept in my back seat of my car because I didn't have a place to stay. And then my dad and grandpa were sitting on the deck, and like I came pulling into the driveway, and they're laughing like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I need to get to bed, like in an actual bed. I slept in my car." And they're like, you're gonna get
nah,
an hour.
fam.
Yeah, like an hour at that, and then you're back, there's stuff that needs done. And I was just like,
Yeah.
No.
But the reason I was bringing that up is like Dad would tell me things in the military, and he goes, the people that had the least amount of respect, and at least in the Army, were people he called butter bars, which meant they went through academy, like school, and came in as an officer, which means they didn't have to do boot. They didn't, I mean, they do a type of boot, but it was not like an actual
Enlisted man.
enlisted guy.
Yeah, it's like stuff like that I know nothing about.
Yeah.
No,
So
Dad would tell me that stuff all, dude.
yeah,
When I
my
was on
grandfather
a
would use the same terms, butterball,
same terms,
stuff like that. Yeah.
Dad handed me his infantryman handbook when I was like 14. It told you how to fold, how to make your bed, how to keep your stuff around your cot. And I had to make my bed. I had to do everything like that with what I had in my room. That was my dad when I was a teenager. He's not as hard, constant, but it was like, especially if I screwed up, like if I was grounded, it was military time. It was boot camp time. I got up when he got up to go to work. Go ahead, Dan. Was you looking up some stuff?
Yeah. So to become, so it looks like obviously you can become a Marine, you can become an enlisted Marine, no problem, just like an enlisted in the Army.
Yeah, yeah.
But the Marine Corps selection process for, again, like you said, high end brass, butter bar soldiers, things of that nature.
Yeah,
they come through the Naval Academy.
So it's
Annapolis. You can start, so Annapolis. So you can start the process at any point in your first 3 years at the Naval Academy. During your fourth class and third class years, at that point, anytime in your second class year, you can go and talk to your Marine folks and everything else and get ready for it. And then you have to go through what's called the Leatherneck training for to get to basically be able to go in as a Marine
it's a type
officer.
of boot.
So so that's why they're called leathernecks. Sometimes it's because they go through a leatherneck type of thing, I guess. So high end Marine officers, it looks like they go through Annapolis as well.
Yeah. So the point was he never brought up.
I mean, that's what they are, Marines or Navy soldiers.
When he was like introducing himself and trying to have his accolades, they also make the point throughout the entire movie, like anytime Clint Eastwood's in his uniform, everyone's looking at his ribbons and
the fruit salad.
The fruit salad, the medals. They he had like the what was the big one for that? There's two. It wasn't like,
I know he had a Congressional Medal of Honor, but he didn't wear that.
He didn't wear it, but I think that's when Mario Van Peebles finds out about it.
Yeah.
And he's got the Congressional Medal. I think that's the one I was trying to think of to make. I didn't want to screw it up. There's different medals, and there's some you can get, some you can't get. Stuff like that.
But. Right. So but that's basically Heartbreak Ridge.
That's the movie. They take Grenada.
It really is.
And like I said, it's fantastic. I really do like this movie quite a bit. And like I said, I have a lot of nostalgia for it as well. So
I as soon as you recommended it, this was the one I put my hand up.
You were jumping up and down.
It's because you guys tried to change it to Dirty Harry, which I like Dirty Harry. I think it's a great movie. But Dan's options were the two he gave, and I went, I want to do Heartbreak Ridge.
I do like Dirty Harry.
I do like Dirty Harry a lot.
Then the monkeys tried to take the keys back from the zoo and try to do a totally different movie than what we were voting on.
All right, so on my next vote, do I get a vote before my birthday vote?
When's your birthday?
June.
You have time.
Okay, so I can. Okay,
I mean, the way we rotate it, of
Nate,
course.
Yeah.
Well, Nate's like Uno. He's got skip turn like the next 3 times though.
Well, I thought I was ungrounded. Am I grounded again?
I have never said you're ungrounded yet. I don't know where you're getting your information.
That's true. I just assumed.
Because somehow you got the last episode while grounded.
You're welcome, everyone.
All right, so we did a 70s episode. This is an 80s. So are we doing a 90s next episode?
I think we're going to jump into. I remember what we were talking about, and I guess we can say it on here. It'll be early enough.
It don't matter. It's our show. We can do whatever hell we want to.
The idea I have was each of us pick a 90s movie, and then we let the Facebook group or the Instagram group vote.
I like that.
Yeah, okay.
I think it's interactive, and if they pick,
I like when they group. Yeah, if they pick some dog shit, it's on them. They have to listen to it now.
Well, and that's the thing. We kind of stack the deck because we're picking movies we would want to do anyway. Right. You know what I mean?
I
So if we
say
each
we
three pick
make
a movie,
an
what, Nate?
asterisk where it can't be something too popular.
Well, it's if we'll have a conversation before we post it. I'll look at you and go,
Yeah.
"No, Nate, we're not doing that one."
I like it.
You like that? So you can still
I'll
be
allow it.
technically grounded. What we're not going to allow is people to add more options to the poll. You
Not at
know who
all.
you are, people in the
We're
group.
watching.
Cameron.
Always watching. He has a partner in crime when it comes to polls.
Seth.
He does.
Well, guys, you know what? Let's do the body count. You guys want to do a body count for this one?
Yeah, I'm curious
Nah.
about this one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah. Body count, body count, body count, body count.
All right, boys. The body count for a war movie, for an action movie, kind of low. 17.
Oh,
17.
Yeah.
Close. Half credit, Dan.
Yep.
Half
Thank
credit.
you. Thank you.
It's they kill some Cubans
And prophylactic.
and prophylactic. Yeah. No, it's not a high body. I mean, it was not a very big army they were battling for
No.
Grenada.
Yeah.
I know Grenada's not big.
I think
But
they're mostly just
4-day
guerrilla.
battle.
Yeah, like guerrilla
I
style.
think
essentially,
it was just like it wasn't like
Yeah.
an army,
right.
but they had a turret APC though.
Yeah, well, I mean, they were able to kill a prophylactic. Nate, have you ever killed a prophylactic?
I don't think
That's how he's
so.
gotten one of those 32 dependents.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Good
Ooh, look how Charlie
Don't-
brought it back around.
Don't call Mr. IRS.
point. That's right.
Tis the
One of
season.
the days, Nate's going to meet a 13-year-old with a full beard, and are you my daddy?
I just have a
Yes, with the
feeling
beard.
that somewhere on the paperwork it says Beefcake Kaffenberger. I'm pretty sure that name is somewhere on some legal
Don't you have a
document.
cat, too?
No. I got 2 kitties.
Yeah, he's got 2 cats.
kitties.
That's why I can never go back to your house.
Yeah, it'll kill you instantly. You'll drop dead.
I will.
That's
Absolutely.
that's our Dan Forcefields. We
Yeah.
just own cats.
That's my Dan tonight.
That's how we keep Dan at
tonight.
bay.
It's cat tonight, basically. Yeah, cat
Oh.
tonight. It will put me down. Yes, essentially. The only thing that can stop the Dan.
That's the only thing.
Oh, by the way, I'm going to start referring to myself as third person from now on. I'm going to speak
No,
about
you're not.
myself in the third person
Nope.
on all my
Veto it.
podcast programs.
No, we're not playing that.
Yeah.
You can do that on your show. You can talk to Jimmy about doing it on the wrestling show. I'm not doing it here. You're not the Dan. You're just Dan.
The Dan thinks he's the Dan.
That's fine. Let's rate this bad boy.
Boom.
Prophylactic's dead
Oh.
again.
Sorry. Whenever I hear yell in this movie, I want to say Swede.
Let's see. Dan picked this, so Dan's going to go last. Let's get Nate's rating of Kelly's Heroes.
Oh,
10?
of Kelly's Heroes? It's been
Oh.
a while, but it's probably like an 8 or 9.
I love Kelly's Heroes, man.
It's a great movie. It is. Nate, what do you rate this bad boy, being it's probably the first time you've watched it all the way through?
I'm gonna give it a 6. I didn't
Okay.
hate it. It's one of those in 2022. I think there's other war movies worth visiting outside of this one.
Well,
And,
yeah.
like-
I'll agree with that.
I didn't hate my time with watching this. I mean, that 2 hours and 10 minutes is a pretty long 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's
It is.
entertaining.
It
There's
doesn't
parts of
necessarily
it
feel
has
that
it-
long, though, does it?
I feel like there's just a few things I would trim up. Honestly, I could probably get it down to 2 hours. I really do. I think some of the, like I said, the whole thing with the new boyfriend with the ex-wife, I could trim some of that down. I could trim some of the honestly, the beginning credits of this movie are extremely long. Like the whole black and white war
like,
thing.
It's all black and white, which I didn't understand his
Jackie thought it
decision
was. She goes,
with
"Is this
that.
a black and white movie?" And I'm like, "Just watch the movie. You'll find out in a minute." I didn't want to ruin it.
But like,
I need to watch a
think
black and white movie.
This
I do.
is the strongest like Clint Eastwood like war movie, even though he doesn't have that many compared to like his westerns and stuff. Like, I don't know, it's perfectly serviceable if you want to just like check it out, but
Yeah.
it's not something I'll be like, all right, instantly go to Amazon, rent this bad boy. Like, yeah, if you're bored, check it out.
Well, I am. I'll key right off what you just said there. My thing was I instantly bought it on Amazon. It was only like $13. So I, for some reason, don't have this on DVD, which is weird. We had it on VHS for a long time. Matter of fact, I think it was recorded off of a movie channel or something. This is probably one of my favorite Eastwood movies because it's completely rewatchable. I can watch this over and over again. If it's on television, I can start it at any point. Um, I'm gonna rate it probably about 7.5 because it is long. You're not, and I'm not ever gonna deny the fact that there's a lot of drama in this quotation mark action movie. But I feel like somehow it works. The dry humor from Clint Eastwood, the energy from Mario Van Peebles, the action battle scenes aren't like totally bad. The bulldozer thing is a little silly because it's like just shoot the cab. I don't know why they kept shooting at the
But that
blade of the.
actually happened in Granada.
It did, but I don't think it happened like that. Like the dude was
Probably
on top
not,
of
but a
the
dude
cab.
actually used
Yeah.
a bulldozer, which is like, oh, that's kind of cool.
And that's probably not the style bulldozer that would have been sitting at Granada at the time of Granada. We're talking about a no cab. You ever seen Tremors? You remember the old cat they fire up
Oh
for that
yeah,
one?
yeah.
Probably look more like that, where if you did raise the bucket, it looked more like an armored vehicle going. But that's another besides the point. I think there's enough action into it. It is a movie of its time. They use slurs. There is a ton of language in this movie. This one probably rivals up there along the lines of like Last Boy Scout, Die Hard, stuff like that for the amount of profanity. It's listed on IMDb under severe because every other like one-liner is them dropping the F-bomb or
It's like
calling
stuff like
someone.
that never bothers me. It was just all the slurs. I was
Oh,
like,
it didn't
oh, like, it
bother
just
me.
won't
I'm just
stop.
it just kept going and going. What bothers me is when I know there's a line from a movie I love and it has an F-bomb and I can't pull it on the show. I know that's a rule of my own making, but I stand by it. You know, I still like try to keep that one line of being I'm not going to cross that. So I don't put those drops in there. So it makes it a lot more challenging. That's why we got a gunshot in what I think is my favorite dialogue in the entire movie, you know, with the top
I
brass
think the
dressing
gunshot
down
is
the
a
major.
wonderful addition.
I was like, I could have beeped it. I thought about an
Nope.
explosion, but I was like, I have
Ooh.
gunshots. It works.
Explosions be cool too.
So this is a movie that's high in nostalgia for me. Like Dan, I remember watching it with my dad. It's one of my dad's favorite type Clint Eastwood movies. So 7.5 for me. That's solid. Dan.
All right,
This
so
your pick.
the Dan would like to rate this one.
No.
I'm not allowed to rate it?
Not as the Dan. But if Dan would like to rate it, he may.
All right, let me check with him and see if he wants to do it. You want to? Okay. All right, he said he'll do this one for you.
Tell him I appreciate it.
Yeah, hey. Okay. All right, so he told me to tell you guys that he's going to rate this at around a 7.
I hate you.
Because, again, the nostalgia value of this helps quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Watching it again. Look, man, I'm 45 years old, almost 46 years old. I was raised watching movies where it's F this, F that, F you. You're an F. You're a C, S, and F, B, Q, R.
And not all those F's are FUs.
T, T,
we'll just put it that way too.
H. Yeah.
These are some harsh letters.
Yeah. So obviously I've seen those movies. I'm used to them. I can watch it. It's fine.
We're a product of that
understand.
generation, man. It was.
I understand
normal.
that those are in there, and I get all that. But there is a certain time and a point, at least for me, where I got to the point where I was like, all right, look, it's not necessary. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. It's already in the movie. I got it. I get it.
Yeah, we're not getting a recut of it.
Right. So I understand all that. But still, watching it now, I'm like, okay. So that bugged me a little bit. Van Peebles, to me, is a Wish.com Wesley Snipes.
Don't you hate on our Van Peebles?
And
Why is he got to do this?
I don't know.
And I don't think. How do I describe his acting style?
Awesome.
Peebly?
Dog shit. Yeah, that's the one.
Come
So,
on.
So
That's
the only
not
thing
even
wrong
right.
with Van Peebles in this movie was there's certain moments of ADR that has not aged well. I was noticing
that's
that
not
big
his fault.
time. No,
That's
that's
not his
It's
fault.
just the way that the movie was like, I guess
Transferred.
remastered or
Yeah.
transferred. You could definitely tell there was some audio issues with the HD cut. It wasn't so much the picture was bothering me; it was the audio for this one, which was strange. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
So his character on this, I get it's fine. It's a lot of comic relief and stuff like that. Okay, fine, but
Yeah, because it wasn't all him. It was the entire group.
He sucks. So if we could have got like Wesley Snipes instead of him for that, then I'd have been cool with that. But again,
picking on our boy,
I like,
Van Peebles.
like I said, I liked. You can't move your mic. It just drops back down in front of your big giant head.
Just making a statement.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give it a 7. At the end of the day, yes, I like Heartbreak Ridge. I can watch it. It reminds me of my papaw, and I love that. But to watch the movie, kind of like Nate said, it's serviceable. It's fine. It's not one of my top war films, but it's good. Yep. And I like the fact that when Eastwood sent it to video, he delivered it in a tank.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I remember
Explain.
so I remember seeing this story back when this movie came out on the news. Is the movie was coming out, and he was very proud of it, and he directed it and all this other stuff. So a publicity stunt was he drove a tank to like a Blockbuster or a video store or whatever it was, and got out of the tank and handed them a copy of Heartbreak Ridge, basically, and that was a whole publicity thing that they did.
Amazing.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
And to retcon a little bit of something here is, even though the Marines were like, no, we're not going to back this movie because that's not how we really are. A lot of Marines have come out over the years and
said
went,
that's
exactly how the military talked and how we acted, which is why it was.
Yeah,
this was our grandfathers and our fathers' movie. We were introduced to it, so of course, them being military, this was that's exactly what we did.
Right.
Oh yeah, I used to say that all the time. Then it's like, my son, watch this movie now. This was like what it was like for me. Oh, this is cool, Dad. Again, we're a product of our time. If I had Anthony watch this movie, which I haven't yet, not that I won't. Like I said, it's got some foul language in it and some weird, odd topics.
There are 2 boob views. One in a magazine and one when they rescue the
that was like really out of nowhere.
That was weird.
It didn't need to be in there at all.
Why was she even in the shower? Because everyone else was holed up in a room.
Right. Just a gratuitous 80s boob shot.
Even to me, I was like, I understood all the posters like in the
thought it was
barracks.
just strange for like a Clint Eastwood movie to have something gratuitous like
I
that.
agree with that. That's not something you normally see in a Clint Eastwood movie.
You know what this movie needs? Boobs. Put some knockers in it.
Did Cannon do this? I don't think Cannon did.
Yeah, right.
No, right.
But yeah, like you said though, like okay, so my grandfather on my dad's side I watched this with, he was a World War II vet. My grandfather on my mom's side was a Korean War vet. Your father was not quite Vietnam era, right?
No, it was after Vietnam. Dad was stationed in Korea, but non-wartime serving.
Right.
Yeah.
My father was in after that, and then my brother just got out a couple, I don't know, 10 years ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
So like we have a pretty good lineage of people that have been in the military.
Yeah.
And up until recent times, Yeah, that's how they talked in the military.
Yeah.
I mean, it was you're effing this up. Don't F this up anymore. I'm going to F you in your A. And when I'm done effing your A, I'm going to go ahead and get an H and I'm going to S you in the P. And then I'm going to Q you right up beside your R.
Once again, these letters are very harsh.
Also, I'm going to say, while you did say up until about now, they still do.
I was going to say, yeah, I feel like that still happens.
They do.
They do to an extent, not quite to that level, because that's why people are starting to get, lawsuits and stuff against them in the military at this point. But
that's the point. There's lawsuits because it's still going on.
Oh yeah, well that's what I'm saying. Like, yes, it's finally starting to curb a little bit. But
I'm involved with the veterans in the area. I know them well, and we have conversations. So I know what they talk. All right, man. I think we've driven this one.
I think we've gotten as much as we can out of this one.
Yep.
All right, then we will go to the end here. First and foremost, the Dan would like to thank Mountain Empire Comics in Bristol and Kingsport, Tennessee. If you're in the area and you need comics or toys or anything else, go see those fine folks. You can check them out on Facebook, and maybe Diane will even mail them to you. I don't know.
You know, I can edit out every you put in this.
The next thing that the Dan would like to do is make sure that everyone goes out to our sister, brother, cousins, second generations, uncle podcast.
Roommate.
Yes, exactly. Podcast, and that includes the Good Beer, Bad Movie Night podcast, the Monster Movie Stomp Down.
There you go.
I Know You Can Hear Me. And Tales from the Haunt. Check all those out as well.
And
you're obviously going to check out the horror movie one because that's on this feed.
Yes.
You're going to check out Live and in Color with Wolfie D.
Yes.
And obviously the crown jewel of the network, the Give Me Back My Pro Wrestling podcast, starring the Dan, and one Professor Jimmy Badstreet.
Yeah, I heard about the nicknames today. That was
you like that?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Dan got his nicknames, Nate.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
He got his nicknames.
It only took like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know, 2 episodes. Only took 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So, yes, the second episode, as you will hear this, actually the third episode may be getting ready to drop at that point. No, I think we had recorded it probably, but it hadn't dropped yet.
Well, if it
in the future,
you're every 2 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So that means your episodes will drop 2 days after the action episodes. Yeah. So your third episode will come out 2 days after this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how time works.
Check that out. Also, we are working on a lot of projects behind the mics, behind the scenes, behind the screens, on a lot of different things out there. So stick around for that. We've got some cool stuff coming. Again, I know I've already thanked Joshua once, but thanks again for that great interview. If you haven't heard it, please go back and listen to it. It is obviously different than a lot of the other shows we do on here. On the action side of things, the guys have done interviews on the horror side, but it's fantastic. It's definitely worth a listen. And check out our socials. Get on there. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. TikTok?
Not yet. I'm lazy.
No.
Periscope?
No.
Is that even around anymore?
What is that?
What, MySpace?
Yeah, we're on MySpace.
Yeah, we are on MySpace.
Check out MySpace and see if you can find that on there. You can always email us at, let's see if I can do this on my card, GMAM.
No.
I got it on my card.
GMBMAMPOD@gmail.com.
Well, then why am I doing it if you can do it without the card?
I don't know.
I don't either. Like and share our podcast wherever you listen to us. We really appreciate all of that. It's the best way you can help out the podcast. Get in the Facebook groups, get interactive, start talking. If you listen to the show and you're not in the group and you're not saying something, we will find you and we will hunt you. We have a very particular set of skills and we will do it.
And those skills aren't podcasting, so don't worry.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that at all.
Yeah.
Or talking. We really suck at that as well.
For some people, maybe, but not.
Entertainment value?
Words are hard.
Not
Yeah.
the damn. Beyond that, I'm pretty well solid. I think I did all the prerequisite stuff. Nate, I see you're not wearing any sleeves. That's nice. What kind of shirt is that tonight?
I got a Guar shirt on.
Nice. Now,
Guar.
what's your blankie? You're all snuggled up.
I
in?
got an Evil Dead blanket that I'm all snuggled up in.
Very
See?
nice. I like that. That's good.
This is
Charlie,
very Nate.
That's very Nate. Charlie, you're just wearing a black t-shirt.
As always.
Yeah, good.
It's
Okay.
gray. It's black or very dark gray. I'm like Batman.
Nate, you want to tell anybody anything before we're done?
Hashtag free Nate.
Charlie?
No, we're not letting that trend.
Hashtag free Nate.
We're not letting that trend.
All right. Until next time, I'm Dan. That's Nate. That's Charlie. Charlie, you got anything to add?
Sweet.
I knew you'd say that.
Are you new to the infantry, Major? Yes, sir. Come over from supply. Were you good at that? Yes, sir. Well, then stick to it, because you're a walking cluster as an infantry officer. This is a Marine amphibious unit, Major. My men are hard chargers. Lieutenant Ring and Gunny Highway took a handful of young fire pissers, exercised some personal initiative, and kicked ass.